I am Coach Veee, the creator behind Culture Shocks, a brand new venture designed to connect with audiences worldwide via social media. My main aim is to create a dynamic, interactive platform for learners of American English and those keen on deepening their grasp of American culture, along with the broader concept of culture shocks. Through Culture Shocks, we will explore opportunities to engage with individuals from every corner of the planet, utilizing social media to build bridges of understanding, unity, and diversity. Through authentic discussions about real-world topics, we are set to bring these conversations to you through various channels, offering live interaction via audio and video calls, leveraging platforms like YouTube, Patreon, and Spotify. Your support means the world to me. Join the journey by sharing your stories with Coach Veee on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and more. Stay tuned for posts, stories, reels, shorts, and an array of engaging content designed to enrich your learning experience. I'm excited to accompany you on both your personal and professional paths as you dive into the rich, diverse world of Culture Shocks conversations with me. Thank you for being a part of this journey. All right, folks. In today's, I think, an hour call, I am going to delve deeper into understanding. Its silence is still golden, and speaking still means ruling. In today's context, how much to speak and how much to keep silence, or speak a lot, or completely keep silence. In the year 2025, when we are all trying to be our best at what we do and to find our gears into the social media network and be present, how much should we speak and how much should we practice silence? Is speaking still so relevant if you can keep quiet and achieve your goals? All right, folks. In today's, I think, an hour call, I am going to delve deeper into understanding. Its silence is still golden. Speaking still means ruling. In today's context, how much to speak and how much to keep silent, or speak a lot or completely keep silence. In the year 2025, when we are all trying to be our best at what we do and to find our gears into the social media network and be present, how much should we speak and how much should we practice silence? Is speaking still so relevant? And keep quiet and achieve goals. This is Coach Veee coming live from a very small town here on the Pacific Coast in the United States in a crisp morning here. I don't see any sun shining today yet. It is 6:38 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I am almost 15 hours north of San Francisco in California and 5 hours south of Seattle in Washington. And I'm here to have a chat, a conversation, real and raw, genuine conversation about the topics you care most, about the questions that can enrich our living experiences, questions that may haunt us here and there in our personal growth, can help us. The question is, if the silence still means golden and is speaking means still ruling. In today's global context, should we speak? Should we keep quiet? How much to speak? How much not to speak? What are we trying to get out of speaking or keeping silence? And how it is even more relevant in the social media age, when everyone, each one of us is trying to get some edge and some prepare our gears in order to be relevant and to be present in the social media sphere. The question again, and if anyone is interested in having a conversation, you're more than welcome to jump onto the stage. I am Coach Veee over here, and my conversation with you is going to be 101 if you're interested in, and your audio input is going to be streamed on YouTube. There is no video input going to the YouTube, but if you do not feel comfortable sending your audio input and having a conversation with me, please avoid jumping to the stage. I am live coming on Hello Talk as well as on YouTube today. It is Sunday, September 7th, 2025, and I am all excited to talk to you, to be really present with you, and to have that deeper conversation that may help you enjoy and perhaps fill the gaps you have. Grow. Learn with me. Let me update my question over here onto my screen. The question is silence still golden? And if speaking still means ruling? All right. Ask away your curiosity questions and let's have a conversation. I see folks coming in and around and interested people. Let me send a couple of folks my invite. See if anybody is interested in having this conversation today. For the folks, those who are joining first time, this is Coach Veee, and I'll run my public announcement over here. I am Coach Veee, the creator behind Culture Shocks, a brand new venture designed to connect with audiences worldwide via social media. My main aim is to create a dynamic, interactive platform for learners of American English and those keen on deepening their grasp of American culture, along with the broader concept of culture shocks. Through Culture Shocks, we will explore opportunities to engage with individuals from every corner of the planet, utilizing social media to build bridges of understanding, unity, and diversity through authentic discussions about real-world topics. We are set to bring these conversations to you through various channels, offering live interaction via audio and video calls, leveraging platforms like YouTube, Patreon, and Spotify. Your support means the world to me. Join the journey by sharing your stories with Coach Veee on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and more. Stay tuned for posts, stories, reels, shorts, and an array of engaging content designed to enrich your learning experience. I'm excited to accompany you on both your personal and professional paths as you dive into the rich, diverse world of culture shocks conversations with me. Thank you for being a part of this journey. And each one of you is invited to jump onto the call. If you feel like connecting with me and asking your curiosity questions later and jump onto the call with me and have this discussion on the next week, Saturday or Sunday, please do send me a request on my social media channels or using the email that's connected anywhere, all over the places, and write in the subject line, schedule a free call, schedule a discovery call. And I'd be able to find a convenient time wherein we would be able to have this conversation and perhaps jump onto the call depending on your availability and my availability. The question that in today's session is in focus is silence still golden, and if speaking still means ruling? How much to speak, when to speak, and when to keep silence? How do we know silence still is golden and still is the most effective way to communicate, deliver your message without words? In today's context, it holds still a larger meaning than ever. And in the space of culture shocks, it may be a little inconvenient sometimes or uncomfortable that we don't want to miss the opportunity to speak and miss the opportunity to convey for a direct message. But sometimes there is no word that still communicates stronger and more effectively than ever. And I think silence still feels golden. It is golden. When everyone is trying to speak, how much should you speak? As a language expert and culture shocks expert, I think there has to be a fine balance between the use of words and the silence. If you feel like you can communicate without words and silence can deliver the message, it is better to keep silence. It is actually even stronger and more effective to use no words. Because the moment you speak words, the tone, the intonation, the emphasis, the choice of your words, the context in which you speak can still decide and is still delivering unfiltered message because it's in the context. But if there is a narration, a story already in the air, and you keep silent when everybody is trying to speak to you and you are keeping silent, perhaps you send that filtered message where there is no context that you have provided. What all you have provided is only the message without context. So silence does have an emphatic and relevant messaging. It delivers the message, but without context. The moment you start speaking, you do deliver a message, but with a context. And sometimes you do want to have that context available for your audience. Sometimes you don't. Let them fill in with their own context. Let them interpret the best of the meaning, the message they want to be delivered with your silence. or let the context make the meaning, because the audience always will have a context. Your presence alone is the message. So the larger context is over here, the action. Action speaks louder than words. That's where the silence plays the best role. When action comes into the play and silence takes the role of delivering the message, it is the most effective way to communicate. I encourage you all not to keep silence on today's call for sure. If you would like to engage with me and have a conversation, this is weekend call with Coach Veee. I normally try to come on weekdays for a shorter time, 15 to 20 or maybe 30 minutes at the most. And the larger goal over there on the weekday calls is to spark an interest in you to have a conversation on the weekend. It's a check call. It's a hello call wherein we connect and ensure everything is going well. It's a part of larger conversation that we do here in the context of culture shocks. My 5 episodes of the first debut podcast, Americanism Unzipped, are streaming in their audio formats on YouTube. The channel is Culture Shocks USA. Don't hesitate to check out those streaming audio episodes and find your own curiosity questions based on that to have the real raw conversation with me on the weekends, when you can dive deeper into one aspect of American life or culture shocks in particular, because culture shocks does not only pertain to America. You can walk into a new system, new family, new country, new city, new institution, and you will find experiences that will really make you jump. You'll find moments that you were not expected. You will experience good, bad, and ugly surprises. And you would like to know how to navigate into those circumstances. If you have tools ready to navigate into those circumstances, whether it's a new institution you join, new places you're visiting, new country you're visiting, as a tourist sometimes, or as just a business person, or just as an observer, you would want to know what's the best way to navigate and still get the best of the experiences without failing to fail, because you would still fail. But once you know how to fail and fail fast, and it is okay to make mistakes and it is still good to be real and genuine, you would know how exhilarating this life is, these experiences are. So I highly encourage you to send your questions even now. You can ask those questions. My chat boxes are open on both ends, on YouTube and Hello Talk right now. And I'll take those questions as I proceed into my conversation. In today's focus is, of course, if silence is still golden and if speaking still means ruling. If you remember, I think it's Foucault who was the one to propose to speak is to rule. Let me quickly search that. Foucault. Michael Foucault, French historian, yes. And his statement was, to speak is to rule. Or speaking is ruling. To speak is to rule. The phrase effectively captures his central concept of discourse as the primary mechanism of power in modern society. In Foucault's view, power is not simply a matter of a sovereign exercising command over subjects. Instead, it is a productive capillary force that shapes our reality through the rules and assumptions of what is considered truthful speech. The statement "to speak is to rule" can be understood through Foucault's major concepts. Yes, that was Foucault, a French philosopher who proposed or theorized to speak is to rule. And thus, most of the time you see all these politicians around the world never hesitate in grabbing the opportunity to speak. Some people do it right and some people don't. But they all proceed in the process. They all continue their journey. And it's not just the politicians. We all speak, and have you realized all you're trying to do is to rule? If it's a smaller local context, within family, outside family, in the classroom, in the office, anywhere. The moment you speak words, you start speaking. In the cruelmost term you can say, it is ruling. In today's modern context, I say you're engaging. You're getting the best out of it. You're not ruling, because ruling seems to be more of a, authoritarian approach. And you do get an authority the moment you speak. But remember, you don't want to have an authority. When people can give you place to talk, you better be respectful. Instead of being authoritative, be humble. Because listening will give you a lot more than just speaking. And actually, that silence, when everybody is providing you the context, everyone is giving you the details when everyone is speaking loud and clear with all the context they provide. Signages, bits in the news, bits in the news media, social media networks, with the body, expressions, everything. The smile, no smile, everything. The context, and you can be a silent observer and find your grooves. You would see, if to speak is to rule, silence still is real gold, and you must dig into it. Thank you all for joining in and jumping onto the conversation for Sunday's sake over here. Those who are joining first time, I encourage you to turn into your thought processes and think about this question that's in focus today. I'll repeat, the question is, if silence is golden, and if speaking still means ruling in 2025. What is your curiosity questions? How are you connected over here? How much to speak, when to keep silent? If you have any curiosity to have a conversation, send in your request and I will have you jump onto the stage and we will talk. Real, raw conversation. Let me know what you say about it and what and how it propels your life in today's context. How much you are of a speaker, how much are you of a listener? Are you a good just listener or are you also a speaker? Let's see, Bird wants to jump onto the stage here. Hello, Mr. Bird. How are you doing today?
It's okay.
Are you having fun?
Yeah. It's fun. A little It's a little tired,
It's tiring?
maybe.
Are you tired?
Tiring, right? What does the tiring mean?
Well, a process could be tiring, an event could be tiring, or a person could be tiring. Means something that tires you up.
Tire me up means boring or
It
tired.
bores you sometimes, and sometimes it just makes you uncomfortable and you don't want to have that discussion, or you don't want to meet that person, or you don't want to visit that place. Something could be tiring, means exhausting.
Tired. But so it's not tiring, but it's tired. It's tired.
Are you tired today because you worked hard, you're physically already exhausted, mentally exhausted? What's going on with Mr. Yu?
I do a lot. I do my part-time job all day. Part-time job.
Oh, you do part-time job, okay. And so you are
Yeah.
tired. It totally is understood.
Yes, but when I join you, I to recover. Yes, I can speak English.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're a coach, English coach.
Yes, language and culture shocks coach. There's a lot that goes into coaching. Hello, Zoe and Mr. Tasdak Hidayat.
Everyone. Hello.
So
How are you all
what
doing
is the
today?
what is the biggest problem of my spoken English?
Nobody would know.
I want.
Nobody would know that better than yourself.
Maybe I think I don't have a wider vocabulary.
Well, if you
My vocabulary.
if you know that you are lacking vocabulary, then you would want to work on that.
Okay.
Okay, let's welcome Zoe and have her speak a little bit and find out what Zoe's up to today. What brings her to Hello Talk today? I understand, Mr. Bird, you're here for language and learning and discussion, and we are going to have a lot here.
Okay. Sorry. You go ahead.
Oh, I'm going ahead. I think rather than speaking, I'm a listener. Maybe 70%. I'm always on the under the step to listen, communication, and listen other people's feeling, culture, traveling, happy, like this kind of thing. And I think to be a good listener can feel me like happy.
Oh,
Yeah.
you
Exactly. I'd love to into different room to listen different countries, people's happy culture. Yeah, I think it's different. It's not culture shock. I think it's new things for me.
Very good. You're taking it all positively.
Yeah. So I think it's positive for me.
Of course.
know new things about other countries, and it makes you feel very
Give me
open, like a
view.
new feelings. Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Open my eyes. Maybe
Yeah.
Different countries I haven't to go be there, but from listen to feeling to image. Yeah, what's the country in that places?
Yeah. During the communication with people from abroad, we can imagine what it is like, and to feel that. Oh, that's cool. Oh, it's good. Oh, it's really fun. It's really funny, right?
It is indeed. Listening is so much fun because if you pay attention to the details, people use in their words, the way they will use it, and in the context they use it, it enriches you in your knowledge base. Let's welcome Tasdak Hidayat. Go ahead and introduce yourself, and if you could turn your camera on, that would be helpful too, so we can connect the face and the voice together. Zoe and Bird are listening to us, and by this way, for the folks those who are listening in and talking, let me tell you, your audio input is being streamed on YouTube. If you are not comfortable speaking on the stage and not comfortable being streamed to YouTube just for audio, then please walk away. Thank you very much. Go ahead, Mr. Tastak.
Okay, first of all, hello, Mr. Coach Veee, and hello, Mr. Bird and Miss Zoe. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm so sorry that I cannot open my camera right now, so I apologize for that. We'll definitely leave after some time. As you asked me the question, like, introduce yourself. My name is Nasabdo. I'm from Kashmir, India, and I recently completed my PhD in journalism and mass communication. And currently, I am working as an independent researcher here, and I teach at the same university where from I complete my PhD. So that's my introduction in short.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hidayat. Where did you finish your PhD from? In Kashmir or in Delhi?
Kashmir only.
Kashmir University.
No.
Somewhere in Kashmir. All right, I'm not going to point it out. Because I have a friend who teaches English language and literature actually in one of the Kashmir universities. Quite few, but one I know very close. Anyways, so very nice meeting you, all of you over here. And in today's, call, my focus is here, and it'll be interesting to hear out from the PhD degree holder right now, Mr. Hidayat, what he thinks about and what each one of you think about how much silence is still golden in today's context in 2025, and how much speaking still means ruling. Remember, I just pointed out right in the beginning of this call, is to speak is to rule. That was it was Michael Foucault's expression once he theorized it, and around which I am having this conversation today. And the primary objective here for the audience is here, of course, providing them rich listening, input, but to also provide them a rich context to have a conversation here. So they can practice their speaking. They can practice their ruling power. Go ahead, Zoe and Tastak. And ask away any curiosity questions that you may have around this question to either of us. Zoe, do you have a question to Mr. Hidayat or me? Or Mr. Hidayat, do you have any question to either of us?
I heard the first part of the question, like how my silence is going in 2025. But what about the second part, how my speaking is? Could you please repeat it?
Yes, the second part is how much is speaking still. If speaking still means ruling, it was. Did you say you did literature studies, PhD?
No, in journalism and mass communication.
In journalism and mass communication. Sorry, forgive me for that. Yes, it was Michael Foucault who proposed is to speak is to rule. Which means the moment you speak in any context, you are the one who is ruling that very context. You have the authority, the power to impact people. Now, the question is, because he saw it from the perspective and added some sort of not only authority. The moment you say ruling means authority, the power, right? In today's context in 2025, what I'm trying to see or have a discussion over here with you all is, does it mean the same today where speaking is ruling? Is it true? And do we want to be ruled? Am I speaking right now is to rule, or am I speaking here to engage? So to me, it looks like to speak is to engage. And the moment you engage, you get the best out of it, both parties. It's not one way power dynamics you create, which Michael Foucault meant largely that you create a power dynamic by speaking. I don't intend to create a power dynamics. What all I intend here to speak, primarily that I know for sure in my mind, is to engage and to learn, to grow. Go ahead. What do you think about it?
Okay. I mean, that's a very meaningful and very beautiful question. And in my view, yes, silence is golden. It still holds true today, but its value depends on context. Because silence is not just the absence of words. It can reflect wisdom, it can reflect patience, and the ability to listen deeply. And in relationships, silence, often speaks louder than words. So it conveys comfort, it conveys intimacy or respect. But in learning and problem solving or in critical thinking, silence, provides space for reflection, for better decision making and creativity. So yes, I would say that silence remains golden whenever it is intentional and purposeful. On the other hand, when it comes to speaking still means ruling, yeah, it means, but only when the speech carries clarity, conviction, and timing. Because when it comes to leadership or influence or social change, all these parameters are impossible without words. And a voice can unite communities, it can inspire movements, it can direct a team. So in fact, like in today's world of media and mass communication, even the ability to articulate ideas powerfully is almost equal to holding authority. So I would say, yes, silence and speech are not opposites, but complementary forces. So silence gives depth to our words, while speech gives direction to our silence. And to rule only by speaking is incomplete, and to remain silent always is ineffective. So this wisdom lies in knowing when to be silent, when to speak, and that moderation, that balance is what truly makes communication powerful in 2025, in our time.
Absolutely. Thank you. You found the chord I was looking for. Striking that fine balance between silence and speech both.
Yes.
And that's critical within the context you are. Because without context, we are meaningless.
Indeed, precisely.
Yes. And thank you so much. Let's Zoe reflect on react to it, because we all have to practice. Go ahead, Zoe.
Okay. For me, just now I learned one sentence from Highlight. He said, silence sometimes rather than loudly. You speak to something. Maybe silence means some meaning. Before that, I think for conversation.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello. Let's go outside.
I think for conversation, you should express strictly, to your to others, to your partner, So if you, I don't know how to express this kind of question, because before today I don't have think about it, but I think if I on the stage, I'll express myself. Or if I under the stage, I will be a good listener.
Thank you, Zoe.
Yeah.
Very much. Appreciate that. All reflections count. every expression, both ways, speech or no speaking, silence. As we've already had Hidayat speak to it, and in emphasis how it is both important. I think let's welcome Ma Changong. If you are ready to express yourself, introduce yourself a little bit, that would be awesome, Mr. Ma. And if you can minimize the background as much as possible on your end. Or if you're not speaking, please do mute your microphone. Go ahead, Ma.
Okay, thank you, Coach Veee. I'm glad. I would like to share my opinions. So my opinions is are following. So when we think of speaking, we should know what means speaking, right? So what means speaking? We speak something. What are we trying to do? What are we trying to get? We want someone who listens to us take our words, right? If we don't want to let the other person take our word, what's the meaning of our speaking? It's useless, right? So when we speak, we want the other people take our words, right? So when we speak, we want other people take our word. So when someone is speaking, but we disagree with him or her, shall we speak? Unless we have the facts, unless we have facts, we can provide the facts with them that your words are wrong. Then we can speak. If we don't have the facts, we speak, but they won't disagree with us, right? So we are just I speak, you speak. You disagree with me, I disagree with you. You don't have facts, I don't have facts. We're just talking. We're just speaking our own words, but we don't communicate, right? So my opinion is that if they disagree with us and we can't provide them our facts, then we don't speak. Silence is the best way to do at this moment. And when we disagree with them and they disagree with us and we have the facts, we can provide our facts with them. And at this moment, we should speak rather than silence, because when we choose silence, where we have the facts to show that you are wrong, I don't think it's it's a correct thing to do, because it will just make them have the wrong opinion with us or something. That's my opinion.
Thank you, Mr. Ma, and truly appreciate your engagement. I appreciate your opinion as well, in the sense that you think, and that's very important. Our goal over here is to provide every one of us an opportunity to express and to be themselves as well, because we don't exist without each other. Coexistence is the key. This world, I think, there was a time when I was writing a paper that was about whether one language was the viability. Like if we had a world that we can create, and if there was only one language we can speak, creating one world with one language. And I thought maybe that would be awesome, so there won't be any loss of communication. There will be less conflict or almost no conflict, because everybody would understand it thoroughly, right?
Right. Yeah.
But then I was soon to realize it's not the one language, one culture that creates the beautiful world.
Yeah,
Look at
absolutely.
the nature itself. Look at the nature itself. Nature is full of diversity. Even though we may create gardens in our backyard or in the front yard with rows of flowers and rows of, garden of vegetables and fruits, and line them properly, trim them periodically to create the beauty that we think we want to create. But that beauty, it's shadowed when you move into the wilderness, nature, and you see small plants, big trees, flowers, wildflowers of different kinds, just cropping up here and there. I think the nature that it offers, the diversity, and the beauty that it is created through diversity is imparallel to the beauty we can create. Even though as human beings we try to create that beauty. So, message I got it through my own thinking is no. A world where we live in and where each one of us has our own distinct voice. Each one of us has our distinct culture. And if we complement with each other, try to learn how to live with each other, coexist with each other, this world becomes more beautiful. So, largely, a multi-linguistic culture is more important, provides more context to us, more learning opportunity to us, and it enriches our living experiences with diversity more than one language, one word, one culture can ever do it, which can be really possible but impossible in the system of the nature, in the design of the nature. So I think we are on the right track. Soyi has her own personal opinions and thoughts. Mr. Hidayat had his own thoughts and opinions that he just left the space. And Mr. Ma, who just joined in and spoke, has his own ways of speaking. Now, my curiosity question to both of you here, and I can assume, but I try not to make assumptions all the time, because assumptions are generally wrong. So just to have no assumption and have more clarity, I would ask the question to both of you, and please take your turn, each one of you, to talk. Why do you come to Hello Talk? What is your first motive joining this call to both of you, Soyi and Ma?
For me to join the Hello Talk, firstly, I go to other app. Then my not friend, maybe practice team member told me Hello Talk is a good places. That you can touch different language, then you can touch different culture. There are lots of people in here from the world. Yeah, so I come to Hello Talk. Sometimes I want to listen English to take some practice, improve listening. Yeah. So other times I'd like to join the different type of room, like Japanese or Germany. Yeah, that kind of room to listen. Sometimes they speak English, then I can touch some words. Yeah, I think it's good thing because even I don't go to there before, but can give me some new opinion, view. Yeah, I think it's interesting.
Of course, and thank you sharing your views on that. Go ahead, Ma. What brings you to Hello Talk? What's your motive here?
Okay, I come to Hello Talk because I want to learn English and other languages. It is my first motivation. Yeah, first motivation to come here.
Of course.
Because I want to learn different languages. And after I come here, I find that behind the languages, there are culture. They are vivid man and woman, boy and girl. They are vivid people. They have their life. They have their culture. They have their stories. And I just loved it. So at the moment, I learned the language and I love their stories.
Thank you very much, and that's a very strong message, and I truly appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yes, each one of us has a story. Each one of us is here with a motive to learn, to enrich. And
How about you?
the same over here. I am including myself. Yes, my primary objective here is to provide a common space where we can get together and talk in real sense, in raw terms, about something we love to talk about, and provide us all some context wherein we can learn from each other. Of course, language learning takes place automatically because we are talking means we are learning from each other. There are words that I catch from each one of you. I think I've learned so many other Chinese words when I've hung out with Chinese friends, and some of those expressions stick to my mind all the time, and I can bring them up when I can. Those are very strong concept terms. So I enjoy the conversation and human connections that I build across the world. And I enjoy sharing my personal stories, my personal take on various topics, questions that I bring in over here. And largely, I try to share. My goal is there to share as much as possible. I don't want any one of you make a mistake that I made myself. That's the other objective. So I like to share as much as with you all, so you enrich your experiences. You get some good samples to listen to, right? As Zoe, you said, you love to listen. And so here you have a speaker who loves to talk. That doesn't mean I don't like to listen or I don't love to listen. I'm a good listener when there is a good speaker. And I love to connect and hear each one of us stories. And I think you both are hanging out with me first time, unless you did. I've been coming on Hello Talk off and on for the last 3 years. But sometimes I disappear for months. Sometimes I disappear for days. But I'm trying to keep up with the pace because it helps me. It helps my own personal objective of engaging with folks such as yourself and get newer human connections. Because when you have real conversation and raw conversation that revolves around the topic you care, then it is an enrichment. It increases your knowledge base. And it makes you, that was so fantastic to connect with those great people, right? And that is my primary objective over here. But of course, additionally, if you haven't heard of, I already spoke about it. I am working on some of the podcast episodes. My debut podcast, Americanism Unzipped, is streaming live on YouTube. 5 of those episodes are in audio format, already streaming. And next 5 of them are in making, cooking. I'm working on that. These episodes are highlighting various aspects of American culture. That doesn't mean I'm going to contain myself within American culture and talk only about America. No. I am primarily interested in talking about culture shocks, period. And culture shocks can come from any culture, traveling anywhere, whether it is about China, Russia, India, Australia, New Zealand, Timbuktu, Honolulu, you name it. Whoever wants to engage with is invited onto this stage and connect with me. And after I finish these 10 episodes based on America, I'm going to turn my eye to China. That's my next 10 episodes going to be about. And these are my primary driving points that brings me to all of these social media networks. And because I have traveled extensively within the United States for last over 20 years, I have learned so much about so many things. Great, good, bad, and ugly, all the ways. I cannot stop sharing. And I would love anyone who travels to a new culture, learn through my experiences, and learn how to navigate best when they come to new culture, whether they come for academic purposes, for professional purposes, for jobs, for just tourism purposes, personal business trips. There are so many things when you go to a new institution, new city, new families even, because culture is not just always about a nation, a country. Culture starts from the smallest unit of family. Culture starts from the individual, because each one of us is building our own individual world. The moment we start learning after you are 3 years or 2 years, that doesn't mean you start learning in 2 years actually. The moment you're conceived in mother's womb, we start learning, because child starts listening. And learning is not always about listening. Learning comes packed through your DNA systems. Your knowledge base is built through the DNA structures. So you come packed in the mother's womb, and then you start listening as you grow, as you get your ear bones, and you listen and you become somebody after you're born. So your culture is unique. As any individuals, I mean to say that your means any individual. So when you have a unique culture that you carry and you travel, the values that are associated with it, the norms that you're trained with it, could be challenged at times when you travel to new places. And when they get challenged, yes, go ahead, Nui. Sorry.
No, I listen to you. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Challenge. If you love traveling, challenge may be exhausted. But I think the first thing is food. Culture shock, because you have 3 meals every day. You need daily to have meal or drink. So food is a big problem. If you go to different country, then that country's food is very different between your country. I mean, your style. Because you live in your country for so many years, for 20, 30 years. But if you go to another country, the style, like is spicy or soy, I think you can't live in that places long time.
Of course, yes. And food speaks to our mind. Food speaks to our soul. Yes. And great point. Of course, when you travel to a new culture, food can be the one source of culture shock to begin with. Experientially more closely attached with you than anything else, because you are trained over years to eat certain ways, eat certain things. And then you're presented with something completely new in front of you. And then you're like, wow, I don't know how to do that. Can I handle it?
One example, if you go to the new country, then you really don't understand that country's language. Even you know, but if you go to restaurant, the food name, you can't touch it. Then you choose one, you're not success. Next time you choose one, then you're not a success. Maybe after 1 week, 7 days, you feel nervous. You don't know how to eat. Which restaurant you should go into the suitable for you.
Absolutely. Yes, for the folks though, George, just give me a second. There are a couple of people asking questions. What's the topic about? Let us remind all of us and not veer away from it. Our topic in focus today, or the question in focus today, is if silence is still golden and if speaking still means ruling. It's about the power to practice silence and the power to practice speaking. Both. And we are talking about that, and Miss Sui is on the stage having her opinion about it, and Mr. Ma has his opinion about it. Anyone else who is willing to have this question discussed, you are more than welcome to join onto the stage. Raise your hand, and Coach Veee over here, who is facilitating this conversation, it's coming live from a very small town on the West Coast in America, almost 15 hours north of San Francisco in California, and 5 hours south of Seattle in Washington. I'm excited to have this conversation with all of you, and most of the time, almost every weekday, I come live on the various social media platforms to have small talks, small chats, to spark an interest in conversation with you. And each one of you is invited to join the stage and have a conversation. If you would like to speak one-on-one with me, you are more than welcome to send me an email with the subject line, schedule a free call. And I'd be able to find a convenient time for both of us to have the conversation, and structured conversation or structured training sessions, if you would like to, about language in particular and culture shocks in general. I love to talk about language and culture shocks a lot. And my debut podcast is streaming live on YouTube and on my channel, that is Culture Shocks USA. Please do not hesitate to check that out. You may want to listen to it first and have a lot of curiosity questions that you would like to be answered. This would be a perfect time for you to come and jump onto stage if you have listened to it, to ask those questions. I'll let Zoe and Ama speak again a little bit, because I know silence is still golden, and speaking perhaps means ruling to many, and I don't want to rule. My goal is there to engage, not to rule. So you guys speak now. Go ahead. Ask any other curiosity questions that you may have to me. Miss Zoe or Mr. Ma, do you have additional curiosity questions that you may want to ask me?
I have an interesting opinion.
Sure, go ahead, please.
So one of the philosophers, as you say, said that to speak is to rule. So what means ruling? What means rule?
I think.
So
go ahead.
So please let me. Okay. Rule. As I said at the beginning, we speak. We means we want to other people to take our words. When they take our words, is that means that we rule? Does that means we rule? So that's an interesting opinion.
Okay. Yes, I think Michel Foucault, the French philosopher who theorized to speak is to rule, had his personal take on it, And perhaps he broadly defined it in terms of, ruling, speaking in terms of ruling, is because that was on the top of everybody's mind. In certain contexts, it is perhaps still true to speak is to rule. But yes, I think, in my personal opinion, ruling is never going to happen. I don't let people rule because I want to practice my personal freedom, right? So you want to practice your personal freedom. So in my opinion, in today's context, no ruling, no. To speak is to engage. To speak is to connect. To speak is to build newer relationships. To speak is to add clarity to the business we do. To speak is to inspire, not to rule. And I would suggest the same to all of us. Let's speak to inspire. Let's speak to motivate. Let's speak to bring the best out of us. Because ruling is playing power game. No, I don't like power game. I don't want anybody to rule me. Yes, go ahead, mister.
So I want to share more. So there is a philosopher and thinker at about 2,000 years ago in China, whose name is Lao Tzu. Do you know him?
No, let me know. Bless me with some of his, thoughts.
And his masterpiece is called Dao De Jing.
Okay, tell me the name of that person first of all, and then I'll look for his masterpiece as well. Go ahead. Or type it, please. I may miss it because I don't know exactly how to write Chinese expressions. I'm practicing and still learning. Yeah, so Lao Tzu. Okay. Chinese philosopher. Okay. And what's his masterpiece that you're talking in terms of? Is it the painting or a book?
It's called Dao De Jing.
Dao De Jing. Okay, I see it here now. It's in front of me. Go ahead now. I'm listening.
So now you see Dao De Jing, right?
Yes.
And the second sentence in Dao De Jing says 名可名非常名. The meaning is that name, everything has a name, right?
I'm listening.
The name can be named. 名可名 means name can be named. And 非常名 means that the name is not forever. You understand me?
Yes, I'm trying to catch up on. Let's hold a minute. Let's welcome Asafur as well over here. Thank you very much for joining this call, Asafur. So he has left the space. And Asafur, give us 1 second. Mr. Ma is introducing us to the Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu and his masterpiece Tao Te Ching. And he is highlighting what is the first sentence or second sentence he begins in this book with. And he's let him finish his thoughts. Go ahead, Mr. Ma, please.
Yeah, the second sentence in Dao De Jing by Lao Tzu, who was about 2,000 years ago in China, a great philosopher and thinker who influences all the people in China from then on. And the second sentence in Dao De Jing said, 名可名, which means name can be named. Everything has a name. Name can be named. And the second part is 非常名, which means there's not a forever name. And let me give an example, such as we say, that's for in France, as you say, a French philosopher, he said to speak is to rule. So rule is a name, right? Rule is a name. What means rule? roll means take my words, right? So you say engage. We just want to engage conversations. So how we engage? Conversation means what? Means communication. So what is communication? When I say something, when you disagree with me, when I disagree with you,
Give me
we
a
are
second.
talking, we are speaking,
Go ahead, continue.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
I can hear you.
Go ahead. Mr. Asifur, go ahead, express yourself.
Okay. Communication means take our words. Well, if I speak and you speak, you disagree with me, I disagree with you, that is not communication. So communication is just take my words, and to roll means take my word. So let's just remember the famous sentence by Lao Tzu. Name can be named, but name is not forever. Yeah. So role can be replaced by engage. Right?
Yes.
I just want to say that, but role is a negative word, I know.
Yes, it is. Alrighty. And thank you very much, Mr. Ma, highlighting that. Appreciate that. Asifur, do you have anything to react to, speak about? Please go ahead. Introduce yourself, and we are here listening.
Thank you very much for giving me a chance. I am Asifur. I am from Bangladesh. And sometimes I use these apps 1 hour. I think that this app is very appropriate for learning English, and not only learning English, but also there are any foreign countries and their cultural, historical, and others known to the apps. So I am very benefited to these apps, and everyday conversation is I mean that it is a very good habitual, and when you are practice this every day, already you are on to be good fluencer in English. I believe it, and my Bangladeshi language and my native language is Bengali. Sometime I used to Hindi, and all time I used to the English. And I mean that English is an international language. When I am travel to any foreign countries, that time English is benefited to me, and it is an international language. So every people and everywhere all time used to this English. English is a part and parcel of your life. I mean that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Asifur. It's very nice meeting you. Please continue to engage and enjoy Hello Talk and such applications. This is a beautiful opportunity for anyone to expand their horizon of thinking, learning, enriching life. There's so much to learn from each other. I appreciate you jumping onto the call.
Yeah.
And thank you, Mr. HK, forever here on, who just joined in. I am unfortunately about to sign off today. I've been here for more than an hour. Please do not forget to jump onto the call next time you see me. I'd be here available on weekend Saturday and or Sunday, both the days. I do come on for a short period of time, 10 to 15 or 20 minutes max on the weekdays at 6:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and spark some conversation that you may like to talk about, topic you want to touch base on. But on the weekends, Saturday and or Sunday, I deep dive on certain topics, and you're more than welcome to jump when you can. Nice meeting you, Mr. Asifur. Thank you all, everybody. Sign off.
Nice meeting you.
Bye-bye.
Right.